hurricane, a tidal wave. Excellence, perfect, life looks brilliant. Give me more of this. I'm out of control, about to blow, and I've been caught in the undertow. So toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. Yeah, you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head again. Is it wrong? Is it right? It's like I've won my final war without a fight. I'm out of control, about to blow. I've been caught in the undertow. Toxic, but I can't get enough. You bury me, bury me. I know you bury me, bury me. You've got me hypnotized. Push me out of myself. You've got me hypnotized. I can see, I can hear, going crazy, but the light has got me hypnotized. You've got me hypnotized. Get you out of my head. Get you out of my head again.
Please note.
Never gonna stop, never gonna change, never gonna do the things you say. I run my own way to get there. Fools are calling and I don't seem to care. In the air, no more crowd, just the opposite kind of few clouds. So tell me this time is coming, I'm sick of all your lies. Why don't you try to be wise? Now that I need you, why?
Just to feel like I'm fading. And though my heart breaks a beat at time, I've crossed the lines just to tell you. Don't lead the way, don't even say that I try with a try to play in the rain. I feel like I'm fading.
Who killed the plan that I made? I mapped out every step, life took it away. Left me here, unable to find my way. Who killed the plan? Again, I set my sights so high, I dreamed of skies so bright, but life is a changing tide. Let's face it, embrace it. Nothing happens the way I planned it. Unexpected arises. I'll give it up, baby.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. Hold on. No. We are very professional here. Welcome to Honor Ramble. New intro. Hi,
This is
hello.
also the first week we're using this outline for the background.
Oh,
We upgraded, basically.
we are fancy. If you are new here, hi, hello. Welcome to your Honor Ramble. This is a Ring of Honor post show where we mostly ramble and sometimes we talk about wrestling. I am your host, Auntie Collins. This is Kimmy Sokol, Scoops McGee. Number
Listen.
2, number 1.
Two. On
2.
hypothetically, number 2, I'm also not Scoops McGee, despite what was said last week on a Ring Respect or the other show where we did the trivia. But you know what I can tell you? I got this friendship ring from Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So me and Britt have friendship rings, and I just thought I would like to share that with you. That me and Britt were friends, proof friends.
Oh my god. While you're here, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I would like this video to get more likes than any other video ever on this channel.
Ever?
Ever like this or else. Hello, Ed. Be active, chatters, or else. Hello, it's Daddy Bobby. Hello, my friends. How are you both doing tonight? Oh yeah, I updated this song in the intro. Lol, forgot about that. Just want to take this moment and shout out Bobby. Thank you so much for reaching out to me this week. I have not been having a very good mental health week, so to speak. So thank you so much, Bobby, for checking in and also putting some refresh on this. I absolutely love it. Love the new background. You're welcome. This is me becoming, you know, what is it? Graphic design is my passion. Oh my gosh. We have those click scoops.
That wasn't
Well,
me.
you know
I wasn't here last week. That was my twin anxiety.
what a wild week it was last week with a 3-hour episode.
Don't remind me. I have PTSD from that. I have so much PTSD.
Okay, the only thing I want to know is, did you tell Britt Baker I said hello?
Yes, I said that my friend said hi. She also, oh, you want to know a good me and Britt story?
You called me your friend! You called me your friend!
What was I supposed to say?
Ah! I'm Kimmy's friend! Okay.
Oh, does that mean something in the world?
Yeah, it means something to me.
Oh. So, do you know who JoJo Siwa is?
Yeah.
Okay, some people don't know. Okay, yes. Okay, so JoJo was at this show.
Mm-hmm.
So Britt's like, Kimmy, we gotta go meet JoJo Siwa. And I'm like, I love when you and I are on the same page. We gotta meet JoJo Siwa. So we don't see her Friday. We don't see her Saturday. I go, Britt, I know where she's set up. She's set up in a different room. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get over there. Like, let's see how the day goes. We're walking out of the green room and Britt's on her phone. And who do we bump into? The JoJo Siwa. I was like,
no.
I was like, Britt. She's like, what? And I'm like, she's right there. And she's like, oh my god, hi JoJo. I'm such a big fan. And I was like, yeah, I'm such a big fan too. She's like, oh, thank you guys so much. And we all walked our opposite ways. And I'm like, why didn't I ask for a picture of me and JoJo Siwa?
Yeah.
And I was so upset because I thought Britt was gonna ask, and then Britt didn't ask. And I was like, I don't want to be like the one. So yeah, me and Britt met JoJo.
Oh, let's
Siwa.
take a picture, guys. Yeah, that could have been you, Kimmy.
I know. And I texted all my friends, and all my friends didn't believe that I met JoJo Siwa, but me and Britt Baker met JoJo Siwa. But what I found out was, I go, Britt, did you watch Dance Moms? Like, is that how you know JoJo? And she's like, no. And I'm like, so how do you know JoJo? She's like, Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, but Dance Moms, like, that's what she's known for. That's how you know the age difference between Britt and I, that we know her from two completely different.
I also know her because of Dancing with the Stars. So, because she was on the season with The Miz.
I know. And didn't she make like the finale? She didn't win. Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
she didn't win. She was the first contestant to have the same gender as their partner, which I think is fantastic. A+. Pluggo, Ella J is my best friend.
See this? Did you? Me and Pluggo were going at it on Twitter today about this.
So I took Twitter off my phone because mental health is important.
So I'll give you the recap. So Ella interviewed Kurt Angle today.
I know! My favorite wrestler of all time. Of all time.
So at the end of the interview, Kurt Angle put Ella over and said she was a great interviewer.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, that's my best friend. And then Pluggo was like, that's my best friend. I was like, no, this isn't how it works. So then Pluggo pulls up receipts of Ella calling Pluggo her best friend. I felt so betrayed. And then Pluggo photoshops a picture of Scoops McGee reporting on Fightful that Ella and Pluggo are best friends. So then I send it to Sean, and I was like, I'm glad that I finally made it back on Fightful. He goes, you're the most ridiculous person I've ever met in my life. I go, but it wasn't me. I didn't make it. It was Pluggo. Don't blame me for something I didn't do. He goes, oh my God. He goes, you people, unbelievable. So that was my day. How was I mean to you? That's not a legit article. You can't go on Fightful.com and see it.
Well, you never know. I could have the password to the people, so I know some people, so I got them to do an article about me when I was crying about Edge.
They wrote an article about that?
Yeah, they wrote an article about that. It's because I got really mad because Ringside News posted one about me, and it was not favorable.
Well,
So.
fuck. Don't you always know fuck Ringside?
I know.
Always fuck.
All you have to do is send the invite. You know where to find me.
JPJ, I kid you not, my dad asked me today if I was crashing your show. He asked me as soon as Ring of Honor ended. He's like, are you crashing that other show you always crash for no reason? And I was like, no, they already have a guest on this week. Guess I gotta try again next week. So even my dad knows the stick. I invite myself on Between Two Beards every week as a pregame for Honor Ramble.
You just have to tell me, because it just means I have to shift my work schedule, because right now it is 7:32 p.m. and their show goes live at what
8
5
Eastern.
PM?
It's 8 Eastern.
Okay.
So what is that for you?
5. So
Is
I
it
would have
dark
to be
by you at 5 o'clock?
Yeah. Do you see? I have window coverings. You can see they're still up from the summertime, but they reflect cute little light. Makes everything rainbow, because if you don't know, I'm a queer person.
I know.
Rainbows. Everything rainbows is what I love. My favorite color are rainbows. I'm sorry.
I love every color.
So if it comes in rainbow, I will buy it. So
The next trivia night is scheduled for Thursday, December 19th. I think I'm free. Well, TBD. I'm supposed to be somewhere. I don't know if I'm still.
We just talked about this.
No.
Are they paying you?
For this, yes. This isn't the other thing. I would be with MJF on December 19th.
Oh, him and his bad tan. Okay, can we talk about spray tans for a second?
I mean, we're talking about Max, not Adam, but yeah.
Okay, I need to know. Okay, so as somebody who STG, mine is in the wash. So I will wear mine next week.
Wear it next week.
If you wear yours and send me a picture. So let me tell you.
MJF's in Boston the 19th.
I'm very a pale person, right? Mm-hmm. But there was a time in my life that I used to be orange. Okay. I have since learned how to do the self-tanner. I love watching content about self-tan, about the chemicals that go into self-tan. Why? Because I'm neurodivergent and weird. If you're going to be a wrestler and you want to look good, get yourself a little self-tan instead of sitting in a tanning bed, by all means, do what you got to do. But if your tan is literally sweating off your face like iodine, you got to cut it out, bud. You just got to cut your losses, because this business, yes, it is vain, right? The wrestling industry is vain. And if you're going through the process of putting self-tanner on, wait for it to dry.
I told you I was going to ask Adam in December when I see him, I'll be like, listen, bud, we gotta talk. I have a lot of things to talk
We
about with
gotta
him
talk about
anyway.
it.
I got to.
I mean, I get it. So when I used to self tan, I was a chronic like my hands and my elbows would be so effed. But there was not a day that I would go out that I would be this white. I'm so pasty. I am Irish, for God's sake.
So am I.
So I'm just gonna cover myself in tattoos so that no one
That's
has
an
to see my-
option. That's always an option.
But STG says I have an extreme fear of tanning beds. Is that because of Final Destination? The movie?
I've never like
Where they
self
cut
tanned,
it?
done a tanning, but like I've never done any of that.
You never.
I mean, I don't have
See,
to.
this is the different of our generation. You never experienced tanorexia.
No, I've heard about it. Listen,
Tan
why
of
do
blindness?
listen? Why do I need to tan if the Arubian sun almost killed me in May?
Maybe it wouldn't have killed you. Fake tans, boo.
That was still the that was
the
still the most painful experience of my life, and everyone
Here.
just laughed at me, and they thought it was
Mhm.
so funny.
Yes, I am one of the people that laughed at you. Why? Because you said you didn't bring sunscreen. You didn't have to tell me that part.
I did. I just didn't use it.
Kimmy, what's the point of bringing something on vacation if you don't use it?
For the other two people I was on vacation with,
Oh my
aka my
God.
father and my mother.
I am going to throw my body into the ocean. Throw my body. Goodbye.
Is it an Aruba though? Because if it's Aruba, you might want to
Okay.
use sunscreen.
So this is how tan I used to be.
Uh-huh. So that was
Mhm.
with, like, got it.
Self-tanner and
All that
right?
stuff.
I don't look like the same person. I know. I get it. And that's also concealer on my lips with lip gloss on top. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, Zeta Steele retweeted my tweet. Congrats to her being the first WWE ID person. Don't know if you saw that. She's the honorary first WWE ID'd.
I love that. She can never take the or he? I don't know. She. Kimmy deserves to get owned for not using sunscreen. Exactly.
Wow. We've been here for 20 minutes. Hey, at least me and Britt met JoJo Siwa. Nobody could take that from us.
No one can take that from you.
No.
Did you watch her on the that GovOps show? What is that? What was that?
What?
It was like a Marines show, Special Forces, something.
Oh, JoJo.
Something. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Britt for a second. I was so
Britt Baker would be
confused.
so good on it.
She would. I saw clips of JoJo on that show. I didn't watch it, but I saw clips. I could never do that show. I think we need to.
Hell no! Absolutely not. I would quit. No,
I would
thanks.
quit after day one.
So Tara Reid was on last season, and Tara Reid got before even the first thing, she got called out because she tried to smuggle in cigarettes. And she was like, I'm not playing.
If the one thing I remember from that show, it was like JoJo's mom was trying to talk her out of it because she thought it'd be bad for her because of like all like the endorsements and stuff she has. But like she was like, no, I want to prove it to myself. I want to prove that like I can do it, and like and she lasted like pretty like she didn't make it to the end, but she made it close enough to the end. So that's cool.
What up? 2011 Cards fan. I don't even know.
Oh my God, your martini's back.
Oh my God. Tara Reid scares you? Well, you should be. You should be scared. You know what also scares me?
Ring of Honor?
This episode of Ring of Honor. Are you ready to jump in?
I guess so.
There's nothing else of noteworthy, newsworthy, nothing to talk about, nothing else to talk about that happened.
Wait, there's one. Yerple. Yerple, the original Yerple, and Mick Foley reunited with me at Rhode Island Comic Con. Like, the Yerple from 25 years ago. This is your life. I met the original Yerple. She was so cool to be around. She, like, was giving me her business card. She was standing on with Mick.
How do you even know who that is? That's older than you.
I know, but I was an educated wrestling. I've seen the segment. And so Mick had told me 2 weeks ago, Mick's like, yo, so I'm bringing the original Yerple with me to Rhode Island. She's going to do pro photo ops with me on Friday. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So I got to meet her. She was like explaining like clown stuff to me. It was really cool. And that like Sean even marked out. Sean's like, is that the original Yerple? I go, yeah. He's like, it's like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. And Ella was like, oh my God, I was 2 years old. I'm like, oh my God, I wasn't born yet. I'm like, Sean, how old were you? He goes, old enough. I go, ha, you old.
Interesting.
So, yes,
Interesting.
that was exciting. I was already excited for that. But, okay, so the first match.
Yeah. We are back into less than 3 hours worth of.
We were in an hour and 49 minutes of squash matches. So we had the infantry versus Tom Mitchell and Trace Parker. And I would have loved it if the opening match of this week's episode had not been a squash match. But here we are. Obviously, this makes sense. Yes, Yerple was the clown who brought Mick Foley.
Sure, nobody.
Yes.
We are all brand new wrestling fans.
Hey, Swans weren't born in 1998.
I'm sorry, this is the first time I've laughed this hard. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm sorry, I just needed that laugh. I'm so sorry. But yes.
Going with this. I mean, I understand why this was a short match. Obviously, we're trying to build to the infantry being healed. This isn't the first time that we see them. We see them later on in a promo segment that was really cool with a bunch of extras that they used. But I wouldn't have started. I mean, we only had 3 real matches on this entire episode, so I would have started with one of those and not this. But infantry won.
This was definitely a choice to put this first. I think having Shane Taylor all over the episode of Ring of Honor was the best and only part of this entire thing. Last week, the infantry shocked everyone, including us, that not shocked, that they sided with Shane Taylor Promotions, STP. I think seeing a more edgy infantry is kind of our MO at this point. We want to see them take shape a little bit here in the tag division. I just worry because we've been wanting them to be tag champs for so long. Did we miss the exit? Can we not do a U-turn? Like what's going on?
Well, technically in the promo later, Shane called out the tag champs, so TBD. We will get to that segment.
TBD. We will get there. However, aligning themselves with Shane Taylor does prove to be profitable. We know that. We've seen that time and time again. I do like Shane Taylor's presence, but I just don't think it's necessary. And wow, you defeated Tom Mitchell and Trace Parker, people we don't have any sort of idea about. This doesn't mean anything to anybody.
Well, the thing that I get confused about, and we'll talk about this more when we get to that promo, it's like, we already have a feud. We have the Righteous going after them. How do they kind of fit in with this? And then, like, are we setting up for a 3-way? So maybe Dustin and Sammy don't get pinned? Like, I don't know. I confoozled.
I am confused as well. So
then I was confused. Because not only did we get a squash match in the first match, we got a squash match in the second match, and it was also a tag team match, because then we got Angelico and Serpentico versus Sean Donovan and LSG. And my only note here was back-to-back squashes. This is going to be a long night.
Right. And, you know, last week there was the infantry had a win over SAP. Too many acronyms makes Auntie's brain Swiss cheese.
That's why I don't call them
SAP.
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 Just think of Sean.
No, I'm not going to think of Sean Ross Sapp.
Well, SAP, Spanish Announce Project, SAP.
Okay. So this is how I know that, like, I'm an elderly person. If you've had a tube TV that could change the language and it would say SAP on the screen, so anything you're watching becomes Spanish. There was an episode of Friends. Do you know the show Friends?
I've watched every episode of Friends.
Where they accidentally hit the language button.
Yes.
And then everything is in Spanish. That was a pre-programmed thing on television. While delayed, it was something that you could put into your program to automatically have Spanish come out instead of English. So it's like it's being dubbed, you know, like on streaming services. Now there's lots of languages, and you know, the closed captioning and everything is now more accessible, but that used to be a thing on our TVs. And I would often put SAP on my tube television.
Bueno.
Oh, Kimmy.
Mi habla no español.
Oh, mi habla?
Yeah, the feminine version of speak. I learned from Penta and Phoenix, who taught me to say that.
Es no hablo español.
Well, it's because female.
You don't know how to conjugate.
No, I don't.
That's not the correct. That's the you. Okay. Kimmy, I'm so glad. Did you have to take a language in
So in high school, I actually took Chinese, and then in college,
Mandarin or Cantonese?
Mandarin.
You took Mandarin? That's harder than Cantonese.
It is. But my teacher really liked me, so she let me pass every semester. What a great human. And then in college, I took Spanish, but I took it during the pandemic when everything was online, so I cheated.
Oh, you didn't just cheat. You cheated yourself.
Why do I need to know Espanol?
So, what? Kimmy, do you know I've lost my Spanish throughout the years. I want to get it back. But my brain is not the same brain that I was when I was 20, when I was speaking fluent Spanish. I just want you to know that it makes you immensely more intelligent if you can speak more than one language.
Well, I speak Kimmy. Kimmy's a language.
Kimmy's a language. That is valid. That is valid. No, I want you to be the smartest person in the room, Kimmy. You're already the youngest person in the room. I want you to be the smartest person in the room. So Duolingo auntie style. Okay?
Oh God, my neighbor does Duolingo because he took Russian. He took Russian, and he's like bilingual in Russian. And he didn't want to lose Russian, so he does it in Russian, so he doesn't lose it. And I was like, this is a little too much for me, bro.
No, I lost it. I lost my Spanish, and I sit there and I understand it, but I just feel like an idiot all the time. And my family speaks Spanish, so I don't.
I rely on my BFF Google Translate.
Okay, Kimmy, we should for 2025 learn a language.
Oh, I don't like this already.
And then we have to do one podcast for 15 minutes in said language.
I would already fail when I had to do the speaking parts. This is a true story. So in New York, we had these things called regents, and basically it'd be like your end of year test. Like you had to pass the regents to like advance in like high school. So for Chinese, I didn't take the regent till junior year because you always take it year 3. And literally we were doing the speaking part and my teacher like low-key cheated for me so I would pass the speaking part.
Kimmy!
Like I remember
I want you to be the smartest person. I'm going to make you be bilingual, trilingual, all of the linguals.
Sometimes I am the smartest person in the room. It's just not in language stuff. Sometimes in the convention world, I'm considered one of the smartest people in the room because of my business brain. And that, you know, that
What
means
if your business
something.
brain could also be SAP.
I don't think it could be. That's no bueno.
Lo siento.
I don't know what that means.
Pobrecita.
All right, so next we had a Lee Moriarty promo.
I didn't say anything bad. And if
I don't know
Astrid was
what
in the
you
chat, she
said.
would know. I didn't
I
say.
don't know what you said.
Pobrecita?
What does it mean?
What do you think it means?
I don't know. I have no idea. Again, I cheated.
Okay, what does Sita mean?
I have no idea.
Like senorita. It's the feminine name.
All the wrestlers I hang out with do not have CTE, by the way. I'm hanging out with Max this weekend. Do you think Max has CTE? No.
So I said lo siento, so I'm sorry. A poor little thing.
Oh. I don't know. Gracias.
De nada! Hey, see? What if we did 15 minutes of that?
I would literally
and then
go
we raise money for charity. What if we raise money for charity?
Okay, like the charity aspect. Can we not do, can we do something else? Can we not, that does not involve me learning a language? That'd be greatly appreciated.
I want to do it! That makes me want to do it. Am I a freak? Probably. Okay. All right. What language do you think that Kimmy should learn?
Nothing.
French? Spanish? Go back and learn more Mandarin? Tell us.
Bro, I don't even know how much Chinese I still remember.
Okay. This is supposed to be a nice stream. We're being nice. Not a hard week. I'll hit end stream. Don't make me hit end stream.
Ni hao, wodo pongyo shi Collins. I just said my friend's name is Collins.
Ah!
Spanish
I
and
love
Mandarin
this.
I would choose. Oh, I don't know what else I remember. I could if you put Chinese in front of me, I could probably read. Like I could translate and read it.
Okay, that's where I get I don't understand the different characters.
So there's a stroke order. Do you know there's a stroke order to writing the characters? Like there's a certain order you have to do it in. And that's why my Chinese handwriting was always crap, because I would never follow the stroke order. I had very sloppy Chinese handwriting.
Do you have nice?
No, I have very horrible handwriting in English. And my mom was trying to explain that to my teacher. She was like, Kimmy doesn't even have nice handwriting. And then she saw my handwriting. She's like, no, Kimmy has really good handwriting. And I'm like, okay, good handwriting to you and good handwriting to me. You're two totally different things here, buddy.
This is very interesting.
I took Chinese in high school and it was the most interesting. Well, I only had to take Chinese for 3 years, and then my high school had this program called Silk, so it would basically be an internship program, and usually you would have to pick so the goal of Silk was you would pick a teacher that you were really good in the subject, and you would help the students, but I was really organized, and so my Chinese teacher told me junior year, when you're a senior, I want you to Silk for me. So I silked her class because I would help her organize all her stuff. I would grade her papers and stuff. And that's obviously not what silk was used for. So people were like, why are you silking Miss Pan's class? And I was like, because she wanted me to. So I was like the most organized person. And I had like the best notes for silk. Like I was like really, I never like helped anybody like tutored like what they wanted me to, but I did everything else. I was a star student.
Congratulations.
Why, thank you. You know,
I'm
it's,
so proud of you.
thank you. It's the little things in life. Now we're going to talk about Lee Moriarty's promo. So we could stop talking about me learning a different language. So Lee Moriarty, star cheating students. That's always my motto. I graduated with honors in college, so go me.
You graduated with honors, yet you just confessed to cheating in Spanish.
Can't take my degree back now, can they? I was the only person that graduated my major in that school for my graduating class, so they can't take my degree back.
Well, my college doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my god, really? So they can't take your degree. So your degree technically, like, because so my school was almost going to shut down. I remember they told me, like, if our school shuts down, your degree doesn't count. Like, is that true?
They can't take that. They can't take that. No. That's not true.
That's what I said.
It's valid. It was accredited at the time. So my college lost accreditation. And they did not make it through the pandemic. They owed a bunch of money to the Education Board of New York State. Then they changed their name to Alliance University from Nyack to Alliance University.
That date was not with Tall Paul, Chris. That date was a rumored date I had heard about a final battle.
My date is with Destiny.
I thought you were about to say Tall Paul. I was gonna be like, bro, he hasn't been on Ring of Honor in how many weeks?
He doesn't exist anymore. So this
No, he does, because he's gonna be a big event on Saturday. I'm going to see him. He does exist. Maybe I should ask him why he hasn't been on Ring of Honor. I'm gonna be like, Paul, we have some things to discuss since you're the board of directors. Number 1, final battle. Number 2, let me take your job.
Wow. Okay. Kimmy, tell me about this promo that Lee Moriarty cut. Did we mention Matt Taven's name?
Now you just did. So Lee Moriarty said that when he won this title, he wanted to make things interesting, and he is the reason why Matt Taven is in the pure division. Pretty sure that's Tony Khan's decision, but okay, Lee, you do what you say. He says that when he and Taven have their eventual match, which I am assuming is going to be in the next couple weeks, he will show why he's the best technical wrestler in the world, Tiger style. So when we get to Taven's promo, I thought Taven's promo was a lot better than Lee's because Taven talks about like Puzzle and Kingdom, like loved it. So I'm interested to see how this match is going to end up. I don't know. Taven really didn't convince me last week he was a pure wrestler. I'm just like, okay, here we are.
We talked about that, how it's like the fact that he's never wrestled in a pure wrestling match is evident as of last week, but the promo that he cut made me believe that is
believe a lot more.
The puzzle piece that he would like to complete. Is that the word? I don't know. Okay. Do you want to talk about the next match?
Yes.
It's gonna make me mad.
So this was the first match that happened, the first real match that happened in the first 20 minutes of the show. It is a miracle, everybody. It was Preston Vance versus Sammy Guevara. This was also the first time our champs actually appeared in front of the live audience. It took 20 minutes, a miracle. Preston has been in a lot of singles matches over the last couple weeks, so it looks like they're trying to build him up to be some huge single star, but it's kind of like stop and go. And there's another wrestler that I talk about later on that I'm going to mention this with. This match was fine. Guevara took the action to the outside a lot, which I thought was a tad unusual for a babyface character to do. And I felt like throughout the match, there was a lot of heel tactics that Sammy was showing. And, you know, since we really don't know what's going on with Dustin's contract, if he is leaving AEW, like, maybe they're going to turn Sammy heel, and then Sammy's going to turn on Dustin, and then, like, that's how Dustin's going to leave if he is leaving. I don't know what's going on with that. There hasn't been an update.
I don't know.
After the match was over, the lights went out and you heard the snappings of the Righteous and Vincent saying, "Can you hear us?" But they never came out. And it looks like the mind games are continuing between these two teams, and Sammy Guevara won. So tell me why you were mad about this.
Okay. I have a thing because I feel like Preston Vance must have pissed someone off.
Why?
Right? Preston Vance. Because he's just been on our television, but losing. He looks too good to be losing. And I don't want Preston Vance, the person literally handpicked by Brody Lee, to be lost to jobbing out. Is that terrible to say?
No, I mean, I think the thing is, they don't know what to do with him, and I feel like what AEW is very notorious for is if they don't know what to do with people, they stick them in Ring of Honor, and then they usually come up with a plan, and then it's like, oh, maybe we don't have anything. Like, Kip Sabian was in Ring of Honor for a while before they figured out, like, oh, I should pair Kip with the Patriarchy. Like, we saw him in a couple singles matches before they figured it out. So I thought they were going to do that for a while. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know when his contract is up. Maybe they're waiting for that. For, you know, Preston's very close friends with Cody Rhodes, but I also don't see him going to WWE. So I just don't.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. I do agree that the match logistics for this was weird because if Sammy Guevara is supposed to be a face, then why is he acting like a heel? I don't know. But remember how we talked about how Sammy Guevara was going to turn on Dustin Rhodes? Do you think that will still happen?
I don't know until I get an update of what his contract is. He's technically a free agent right now, right? Like, until I get word that either he re-signed or he is just going to ride this out until they lose the tag titles, I wouldn't know.
Interesting. Okay.
Next up, so they finally have a name.
They finally have a name!
They finally have a name. I hate it. I think it is so funny. We have Lee J, which is Lee Johnson and EJ Nduka versus Philly Collins and Marino Tanagali. A long name that I can't pronounce. It begins with a T. Back at it again with the tag team squash matches. I don't understand why we had so many tag team matches.
Why?
When we have so many other things to build to.
You have so many tag team matches. There could have been tag teams tag teaming each other.
The tag champs could have wrestled and defended the titles, for crying out loud.
That's a lot to ask, Kimmy. That's a lot to ask.
I know. I was really hopeful. Do you like Lee J? Do you like the name? I
love the name Lee J. I'm sorry, but it does remind me of like so do you know what a department store is?
Yeah. So it's like Payless and stuff, right?
Yeah. So you go in and there's like a whole bunch of everything all at once in one store. There were jeans called Lee. Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At the Mervyn's. Those were my favorite jeans. Okay? Not the Levi's. The Lee jeans. I don't know what about it. The way that they held up at the knees. I don't know. They were a little bit stiffer stiffer cotton, you know what I mean? This just reminds me of like, oh, it's like a fusion jeans company. Like, oh, Lee J's. Does it not?
I mean, I just see cringe. I'm like, what are we doing here?
I just feel like, are we using AI generators to come up with tag team names? Because
listen, they were using AI for the shirts for a while. I wouldn't put it past them.
if you and I were going to have a tag team, what would our tag team name be?
Oh God, I don't know.
Soup?
Soup.
Soup and no soup.
No.
I need to see a tag team named Bangs, and it's just people with bangs.
I feel like our name would have to be like Ramble, like just Ramble, because that's all we do is ramble. I think it would just fit perfectly. That should be this week's Twitter poll.
Ramble. Okay.
This week's Twitter poll. If we had a tag team name, what would our tag team name be?
Okay. Going up on the Twitter.
He's going up on the... I'm so intrigued to see what people are going to say. So while you're typing that up, I'll talk about our emergency meme. So last week, Athena was in the main event, and not only did she win, but she was able to prove that she is still the Forever Ring of Honor champion. So now the interesting thing is she actually said she wanted to take on a new horizon. She wanted to show everybody that she is this Forever Ring of Honor champion. She talked about how a couple weeks ago she beat Giselle Shaw in Canada, a part of Maple Leaf Pro. She named all these different countries she wanted to go to, like London and Japan and France. And actually, I guess we were on par with the emergency men because every country that Athena named, Alexi was saying how to say hello in all those countries' native languages. So we were just on par with them today. So Billy Starks then interrupts, and Athena walks up immediately, wants nothing to do with her, says, Lexi, you have to handle this. And Alexi puts her in a minion timeout to think about her actions since she did not apologize to Athena and walks away as well. This is kind of interesting how they're going with this now of like maybe they'll make up, maybe they won't make up. You know, since we don't have a final battle date, it's hard to say like when this story is going to end because I can't do anything without an official date of like, okay, what I would want to see for the next month is A, B, C, D. But I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. I'm intrigued to see if like maybe Athena has one more small mini feud. You know, I think there's a reason she mentioned all those countries. So she do a stint in Japan, like for a one match. I know that Wrestle Dynasty is supposed to include Ring of Honor. If we don't do a final battle, you know, does Athena wrestle on Wrestle Dynasty and wrestle somebody from Stardom? Does she go to London and do something over there? So I don't think they mentioned it if it wasn't going to lead to something. So I'm kind of intrigued of that aspect of it.
I'm confused because this feels a little step back-ish.
I agree.
For Billy, I don't know if she's trying to be sneaky, but be more sneaky. Be more, because this just feels like, okay, why is Billy still moody? Like
I think she's trying to be the difficult child. Like now she wants to be back. Maybe she wants to be back into the fold. She wants to do like a little mind games.
Mind games? What kind of mind games?
I don't know. Maybe trick Athena into being friends and stab her in the back officially one more time, saying, you know, like, it's my time to finally get the title. You've shined across this division long enough, yada, yada, yada.
I don't know.
It's very, like I said, it's very hard to project where this feud is going without the end game date. And I can't get an end game date until Tony Khan decides to do his job.
You mean as in Final Battle?
Well, I told Collins before this started, if he doesn't announce Final Battle by the time I'm sitting right in front of him at full gear, I am literally taking the microphone, and I hope the first question to him is literally, when are we getting our Final Battle announcement? Because this is getting a tad ridiculous.
It is. And I don't know how long I can wait for it, because, I mean, I'm not going. I just need to plan, our post-stream, right? All of you, I want you to be there, and I want to see you in the chat. How am I supposed to plan our little party?
And I think the thing is, too, is, like, realistic ticket-wise, like, why, like, you're going to wait a month to put tickets out?
Can you sell out, I don't know, say the Hammerstein Ballroom?
Can me as a person?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can you do it?
I don't have the contacts for that, but I mean, I could try. I know me and Kate were talking about just putting on our own Final Battle. I think we would do a great job. Maybe Kate and I could sell out the Hammerstein Ballroom.
I love that. I would attend. I would attend.
I'm glad that we would sell at least one ticket. One ticket to our Final Battle. After this, we had Diamante versus Rachel Ellering. So the one thing I noticed about this episode is all the women segments were right after another, so I felt like I was watching Dynamite. This was a quick match, which was disappointing because, like I said earlier, there's another wrestler that I feel is very stop and go, and that is Rachel Ellering, because I feel like, they try to get her momentum, and they try to put her in a storyline, and then it stops, then it goes, then it stops, and I'm like, why are we doing this? And that's been literally her whole Ring of Honor run. After the match was over, Diamante called out Red Velvet, because if you remember their match from a couple weeks ago, it ended in a DQ because Diamante hit Red Velvet with the belt. Red Velvet jumped her from behind, and the two brawled before Diamante got out of there and challenged her for another match down the line. I believe it's probably going to be with stipulation, probably no DQ. I wouldn't mind a fight without honor. I think that'd be really cool. We saw a fight without honor on Dynamite, so yeah, excited to see where this goes. Their match was good. I think Red has definitely improved, so I'm excited to see where it leads. Again, I need a Final Battle date.
Yesterday. We need it yesterday. We absolutely need it yesterday. If you watch this episode of Ring of Honor, I want you to go to this match first. Forget everything else. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Well, anyways, besides for like the things going on with Harley Cameron and Rachel Ellering, which we'll see more and more, I'm sure of it. Remember who Rachel Ellering's tag partner is? It's been Layla Hirsch, who does return tonight. However,
in the next segment,
there is a long-standing feud, even though you don't know anything about it. And guess what? Diamante is showing you right here, right now, that it is time to take notice. Sure, forget everything else on this show that kind of fucking sucks, right? Look at Diamante. Look at how she is taking advantage. Look at how she is Rachel Ellering. Look at the skills that she is putting herself through. Both of these women are putting their bodies and everything on the line here. And they are both getting so much better with each match. If there's anything that you want to invest your time in, Tony Khan, invest it in these two women wrestlers, because holy shit, I'm ready for it. And you know what? I know that Diamante is calling out Red Velvet. Where the fuck has Red Velvet been? Like,
in Mexico.
I'm ready for...
She was in Mexico.
I know, but cut a promo. Appear. Do more than what you're doing. Why aren't you posting things online? Why is there not more buzz for this TV title? The TV title is supposed to be on Ring of Honor television.
Well, where's our TV champ? Where's Brian Cage?
Where are they? They're on AEW. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, Tony Khan. Diamante is worth the hour and some change through this episode. And by God, 2025, she's coming, and you better be fucking ready. Or else.
I also believe whoa, that was not what I wanted. I also believe 2025 will be the year of Anna Jay. I did not get to see her match against Mariah, and I was very upset about it. But people raved and raved about it. 2025 is the year of Anna Jay. She's gonna win a title. She has improved. Her going to Japan was the smartest thing Tony has ever done in Anna Jay's career. She has improved. You can tell in her promos. You can tell in her matches. She's more confident. She gets it now. You know, when they first had her debut during the pandemic, you know, she had only wrestled for a couple months, I believe, before she made her TV debut, and she just 2025, the year of Anna Jay and Diamante, and possibly a very returning Layla Hirsch. She wrestled Tina San Antonio, which is such a funny name. It was like San Antonio, like Texas.
San Antonio. And she looks like someone that lives in San Antonio, if you know.
I know. Yes. I was very, very happy Hirsch is back, especially because I mentioned on commentary it was ahead of schedule. Unfortunately, like most of the matches on tonight's card, this was a quick one.
It was a quick one, but Layla Hirsch being back, I love. She didn't wait for the last match to let the ink dry. She came in with an explosion, and there were a couple moments where Layla Hirsch was pinned in the at the ring post, right? And corner, post, ring,
Post,
corner,
post,
whatever it is. The way that, yeah, I'm not a wrestler. I just always feel like Layla Hirsch is always fighting her way off her back, if that makes sense. She's always fighting her way out of something, out of a chokehold, something, and I love seeing someone fight for it. And I don't know, it got me excited to see Layla. It got me excited to see more, and I hope this means more legitimate matches for Layla Hirsch moving forward.
Next, we had the Matt Taven promo, which I think was we didn't see too many of these, but this was, in my opinion, the best promo we saw of the night. Taven says that everyone will always stand in front of this camera, every single wrestler, and give opinion after opinion, where, unlike him, he will always give facts upon facts. He puts Moriarty over for being a great wrestler, but he is trying to solve the puzzle. And the puzzle he is trying to solve is the fact that the Premier Championship is the one title that eludes him from being a Ring of Honor Grand Slam champion. And that's the missing piece. And he is going to do everything he can to get that piece, make his puzzle complete, and bring that title back to his kingdom. This was good. I don't think Taven's going to win the pure title here. I don't think it makes sense with the projection of where Shane Taylor Promotions is going to go. A for effort, though.
There's nothing I love more than a Matt Taven promo. He is just it. He is just so supreme and so stellar. Yeah, I don't think that he's gonna win the pure title, but I think that it's gonna be one hell of a match, and it's gonna be worth my time. So, are you ready for the next match?
I am ready, because next up we had Aaron Solo versus the person who pinned our Ring of Honor champion last night on AEW Dynamite, Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh no, it's Kimmy frozen.
Oh,
Kimmy's frozen while I'm doing my best Ishii impression.
But I'm clear on your screen.
Can someone understand my Ishii impression?
Am I still frozen? Hello? Am I still frozen?
You are frozen. Oh, you're no longer frozen. I was asking the chat if they understood my
Ishii
impression.
Oh, your Ishii
impression. You didn't like my Ishii impression, Kimmy?
I thought it was great.
You didn't like my Ishii. That was it. You got frozen because you didn't like.
Sorry. No, I can't control my Wi-Fi.
It's fine. It's fine, Kimmy. It's fine.
So, since Ishii not only beat Aaron Solo on this episode of Ring of Honor, but also he pinned Jericho on last night's Dynamite episode, I do wonder if they're trying to set him up to be the next person to challenge Jericho for that Ring of Honor title, whether it be on Dynamite, whether it be on Ring of Honor, or hell, whether it be on our unannounced Final Battle. I love when Ishii appears, but the problem I keep having is he's not there consecutively. So it's like,
I know.
why is someone going to challenge for my title if he's not here and he doesn't live here? You know? So that's my only problem. This match was fine, but like, really?
I had an issue because in what world is Aaron Solo gonna beat Ishii?
None.
In what world? That's what I want to know, Tony Khan. I love seeing Ishii. But commentary kept putting over how Aaron Solo was stealing moves from Ishii. Aaron Solo is the size of Ishii's leg. Are you kidding me? He's not pulling off Ishii's moves. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, good. I didn't like it. I didn't like this match at all. I did not like it. The commentary is out of their mind.
I laughed when I saw the graphic. I was like, you couldn't think of another person for Ishii to face.
I
know
left. You know what? That's fine, Kimmy. You can leave during that match.
I didn't leave. I stayed. I watched the whole thing. I watched the full. I said left, not left.
Oh, I thought you said left.
No, I said left. I left.
Kimmy just left, everyone. Kimmy just left.
Well, you know who also left? The people who were supposed to face the righteous left. Because we didn't get our next match.
Okay, we were promised a match, right? We were promised a match that was supposed to happen, right? That it was advertised, hey, this is going to happen.
And it didn't.
Did someone blow their load? I don't know.
So we were supposed to get the Righteous in a tag team match against two local enhancement talents. Before the match started, Guevara and Rose jumped the Righteous from behind. The two teams brawled down to the ring before security broke them up. Obviously, the match didn't happen. Cool. Great way to enhance a feud, I guess. But the thing I was confused about is the Righteous stole the tag titles from them last week. And they just magically had them back. How did they get them back?
So I was just sent something.
What? Did they make the final battle announcement?
No.
Oh.
Wait, no, it's not the same Donovan person.
Oh no, it's not.
Now I'm mad.
No, that's not the same WWE ID Donovan person.
Okay, someone just sent this to me. I'm not going to say their name.
It's not the same person.
That's why I got like, wait, did they get signed? What happened?
No, it is not the same human.
Yeah, they don't even have the same hair.
Unbelievable.
I'm mad now. Sorry. Continue.
I was just saying that I was a little confused that the Righteous physically stole the tag titles from Rose and Guevara last week, physically stole them, and then they magically got their titles back, like without explanation.
I don't understand how they got them back. Did they?
Neither do I.
Did they go to the NXT parking lot? Did someone steal them out of someone's back of the car? Tell me the story, Ring of Honor.
That's a little sus.
That is a little sus.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was a little confused as to how they got.
Trying to tell a story.
Are they?
That sometimes I feel like Ring of Honor. Did you ever play this game in creative writing class where you write one sentence folded over?
No, because I never took a creative writing class.
Oh my God, Kimmy. You never had to take creative writing?
No.
What do they teach in New York schools? I should know because I was
right. The only writing classes I took in college was Intro to Expository Writing, and research writing where I had to write a 50-page research paper on a topic of my choice. So I wrote a 50-page research paper on mental health and athletes.
Okay, that's nice. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. I got 100 on it.
Of course, because you didn't cheat.
No, I didn't. I used my own experiences and I used my own research. And yeah, it was a really fun project. I was the only one in my class that got 100 actually.
So when I was a school teacher, I taught creative writing to my 6th and 7th graders. And we played a game where you would write one sentence, fold it over, pass it to the next person, and they wrote a completely different sentence. You fold it over, you send it to the next person. They write a completely different sentence. And you're trying to build a storyline. You get your paper back, and it's has nothing to do with each other. But your goal is to take all of those sentences and write a 3-page story with all 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever of those sentences weaved in to your creative writing story. And you know what? That's how I feel like Ring of Honor is written, is that somebody just wrote random sentences of this is what's going to happen with SAP. Okay, now this is how the righteous are going to steal the tag titles. Okay, somebody else is saying, yeah, but Dusty with the tag titles are going to do this to the righteous. And it's like, wait a minute. None of this is your timeline is like that.
Your timeline don't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. 0 cents. Don't understand. Don't like it. Send it back.
Oh, something else that didn't make sense was Nick Wayne was given a squash match against Ryan Clancy. At this point of the show, we were an hour in and we'd only seen 3 real matches. Does anyone see the problem yet? Nick Wayne wins.
But do you like how much the crowd was chanting for Ryan Clancy? Never heard of this guy.
Neither have I. I was very confused.
They were calling him Fancy Clancy or something. I don't know. It's
Man is over. I think these were the tapings that took place in PA. So I'm guessing he's local to PA.
I loved it. I really. What do you think of Kip Sabian?
I'm so excited for this. I think Kip desperately needed something, and to see him and Penelope back on TV is really cool, especially because there was a lot of personal stuff that Penelope was going through. So to see her kind of persevere through all that was really exciting. I mean, I'm just happy he's on TV. I think when him and Nick eventually turn on Christian, it's going to be really cool. Seeing them as a tag team is going to be really fun. So yeah, I'm just excited to see where the story goes.
I agree. Yeah, but this match wasn't it. I don't think that we need to debut Nick Wayne like this. I think we know that he knows.
Didn't he wrestle last week?
He did.
On Ring of Honor.
It was a squash. So I'm confused. What were we doing?
I don't know. Like, I guess we're just trying to get Nick reps. I'm thinking that's it, because Nick really doesn't. Well, no, just because he doesn't wrestle on AEW. So maybe I think that's it. Because every time the Patriarchy is on AEW program, they're just cutting promos. So I think it's just to get reps in. TBH. I can't tell if that's her. I agree with Kimmy's statement. Next,
I can't tell either.
Next up, we had another promo. So Shane Taylor Promotions enters the locker room with a bunch of security guards. These were all enhancement talents. The infantry says that they do not like violence, and they ask the security guards if any of them have seen Dustin Rhodes as they beat down each security guard. These poor security guards. After they beat down every single security guard, Shane Taylor says that he does not like thieves and they are in possession of stolen property, that he is talking to Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, that they are in possession of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, and they challenge Rhodes and Guevara for a match for the Ring of Honor Tag titles. So this goes into my confusion of we already have a feud with the Righteous. I do not mind if the Infantry is going into this feud, but like, why? I would be fine with the Righteous winning. And now it looks like we're not going to do that.
Right! Why are we telling this story? It doesn't make any sense. They might as well just make STP, I don't know.
That's why I thought they would like hold off, especially because the Infantry just turned heel. I don't think they need the titles yet. I think the full STP running Ring of Honor with all the titles, it's going to take time to build. You know, Trisha Dora still needs to have matches in this heel run. Shane Taylor, we haven't really seen him wrestle any singles, and I obviously think he's going to be the one to dethrone Jericho over the Ring of Honor Championship anyway. So, yeah, I just don't know. Unless the Righteous is kind of like a temporary tag title, and then they're going to beat the Righteous, but I wouldn't even like that either, so I don't know. And after this, but the funniest part, I'll let you continue, but hold on, because this was funny, and I think you're gonna like this. So after this, Ian Riccaboni goes, you know, Shane Taylor, he's always made his intentions known, and when he says he's gonna go after gold, he always goes after gold. And so they showed this match. It was Shane Taylor Promotions versus Mexa Squad on the February 21st, 2022 episode of Ring of Honor. So now I'm going to tell you all that Shane Taylor made his intentions known in August when he challenged the Ring of Honor World Champion, and I have yet to see him have this match. So how is he really making his intentions known? You can continue. I just needed to make that point.
Do you remember watching Pandemic Wrestling at all?
No.
What were you doing during the pandemic? Can I ask?
I was in school. I was in college.
Oh, you were cheating your
I was
Spanish?
cheating. Well, so in 2020, it was it was the spring semester of my freshman year, and then in the fall semester I dormed, so I went back to school.
You make me feel so goddamn old sometimes, Kimmy.
I do that for a lot of people. I'm glad to have that effect on people.
Yeah. I was working at the light company, the power company here. I was I was a customer service rep on the phone. And the moment the pandemic started and I was getting those crazy Karens, I said, this job is not for me.
This ain't it. So
I was applying at every single job, and then the pandemic happened and nobody was hiring. But fortunately, I found a job. But gosh darn, that was terrible. But you know what kept me through it was Pandemic Wrestling. And I remember watching this episode of Ring of Honor. You know why? Because the name Mexi Squad made me laugh so hard I pissed my pants.
It's a great name.
It is a great name. Like a great tag team name. Mexi Squad? Who would think of that? Who would think of that? None other than a Bandito. Probably. I don't know. Famita, maybe. Ray Horace. I don't know why I said it like that. Horace. And I love seeing Maria Kanellis
on commentary.
On commentary, which was fantastic. But you know what I don't miss about Pandemic Wrestling?
No crowd, no emptiness, no reactions.
All I'm hearing is them calling it in the ring, and I just am hearing the tap, 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 tap. Ugh, ugh, go over here. Ugh. You're so loud in the ring. You're so loud.
Because they don't have
complaint.
They don't have the noise of the crowd to kind of like
balance them out. But I was like, come on, guys. It's been some time. Figure it out.
Well, no, at this point, it was 2022, so yeah.
Yeah. Figure it out. Figure it out. You gotta figure it out. Somehow, you have to figure it out. And they didn't figure it out. And you're just hearing the the ring shake, like ba 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 ba, oh ba ba, go on the ring, oh no, go on the lock up, and then you're just hearing them lock up, and you're like,
Like, what is? Why is?
figure it out,
Or
else, or else. Figure it out. Well, guess what?
We had 2 more matches after this.
We have 2 more matches. But guess what?
What?
The premier athletes
Oh.
suck.
So we had.
Suck. You suck.
Make sure to watch out for Ella's interview next week that drops with Kurt Angle over on the Pop Break. So we had Josh Woods versus AR Fox, and before the match, Sterling was putting over Fox by talking about his all 108 of his collegiate wrestling wins, and that he will use that strength to defeat Fox in his match tonight. Both of these men got the crowd into their match, as it was one of the louder reactions throughout the night, so that means it probably happened towards the beginning of whenever the Ring of Honor tapings were. Fox always knows how to put on a good show, as he was able to show that he is more than a varsity and premier athlete to defeat Woods. And after the match, Nick Wayne attacked AR Fox, set up their match tomorrow night on because they're wrestling tomorrow on Rampage.
Oh, they're wrestling on do you watch Rampage?
No, I'm always traveling on Fridays. Do you watch Rampage?
Well, I don't watch Rampage.
Tony Nese was not out there with them because Tony Nese his wife had just given birth to 2 twin boys, as announced last week on Honor Ramble. So Tony Nese hasn't been there.
Babies have? Do you think
100%
corn cob abs?
Yes, 100%.
The
Developed
babies
in the
are born
womb.
with abs.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
developed in the womb.
I need somebody to make 2 babies with corn cob abs.
Bobby,
Show me the abs. Don't make it weird. I just need to see what it looks like. Babies with abs. Absolutely. What do you think of this AR Fox getting wins?
You know, I felt like after all of the momentum he had going into All In last year, and then whatever the situation was with his passport, that he couldn't go to All In, I felt like, you know, Tony kind of punished him for that, which is why we really weren't seeing him and stuff. I think the other thing too, I remember I was working an indie show with AR Fox on it, and the whole crowd was chanting, "Who are you?" which is really sad because he's been an AEW contracted wrestler for about 1.5 to 2 years. But I mean, listen, if we're gonna have him build up wins, like crap, have him versus Brian Cage at Final Battle, for crying out loud. I mean, you gotta do something with him. You're paying him money, so sure, let him get these wins. If you're not using him on AEW, use him here.
That's what Kimmy said. If you're not gonna use them on AEW, use them here.
Listen, I said the same thing about the Dark Order, and guess who's featured every week on AEW now? The Dark Order.
What? It's all of Kimmy's fault.
My fault. I love the Dark Order.
It is your fault. It's your fault.
I'm friends with Evil Uno. That dude's great. Are you ready to talk about our main event?
Okay, but you didn't even mention that every time the crowd heard premier athletes, they said, "Suck!"
Well, that's the gimmick, that they do that every week.
Okay, but this time it was loud, and if they're going to do that, I think a funny, like, face tag team needs to, like, make
so the Outrunners?
Yeah.
Did you see they showed earlier in the episode, they showed the commercial for their fanny packs?
Oh my gosh.
And you could they were showing that you could like put the fanny pack inside the other fanny pack. It was like this whole thing. So you could get Outrunner fanny packs exclusively on, I believe, shopaew.com. If you guys are into that stuff. I don't think they're on Shop Ring of Honor. I think they're on Shop AEW.
I love it.
Did not love our main event. So we had the first thing I will say about the main event is that
Okay, I'm confused because
yes,
sorry I cut you off.
that is
So the
fine.
throwback episode, they kept saying main event. So I was like, oh, but this is pre-recorded. Then for some reason, I thought that they said on commentary for AR Fox and Josh Woods main event. So I was like,
no, they said it was
this is not the main event. And then this was the main event, which is
So
too many main events.
I agree. The thing I was confused about was, unlike every single match on this episode, that all took place at the Philadelphia Collision tapings, where this match took place at Dynamite, I believe, last night, because Justin Roberts was the one who announced this match, and you could tell the entire difference between the stage and the crowd. I hate when they do that. It's my OCD. The main event was the Butcher versus Shibata. I would not have had this match main event because it was short. And the match before it, there was a little bit of storytelling with, going into Rampage because both Nick Wayne and AR Fox are wrestling tomorrow. So I felt like there was more of kind of a better reason to have Josh and AR main event rather than Butcher and Shibata. I also thought this match was extremely random because, why?
Why?
There's not much else to say about this one. Shibata showed why we call him the wrestler and why he should be pushed more. And I don't know if you caught this. I tweeted it. Ian Riccaboni, when he was going over the schedule for the rest of the year, he did say that he was hearing whispers about a Final Battle announcement.
Whispers, eh?
I wonder if the whispers
eh?
that Ian heard is the same whispers that Scoops McGee heard.
Interesting.
Which I wouldn't know because I'm not Scoops McGee. But I heard that Scoops McGee heard Final Battle stuff. I just wonder if Scoops McGee and Ian Riccaboni might have the same source. Which would be crazy. If they did. But again, I'm not Scoops McGee, so I wouldn't know. That video was not me. It was my twin Anxiety. As you see, we are very different people. Anxiety has her hair up and is wearing long sleeves. I'm wearing a backwards hat and a t-shirt. Different people.
Sure.
Have you ever seen
completely.
Anxiety and Kimmy Sokol in the same room? No, you haven't.
I've never seen you in a room. Are you laughing at that stupid joke?
So funny.
What a weird episode, man. Okay, but this main event, okay, I love to see the Butcher. Absolutely. Have never seen you in a room. I'm sorry, Kimmy. You don't exist.
Damn. Wow. Scoops McGee doesn't exist.
Scoops McGee exists in your heart. If you let him.
Next year I'm going to go Scoops McGee for Halloween.
If you do it, can you do it like the thing 1 and thing 2, please?
I can. I'll tell Scoops McGee 1.
I love it! Ah! I love it. This is a match that I would like to see on AEW television because I feel like it would mean more. I
agree. I think this is more of a Dynamite match than a Ring of Honor match, to be honest. Because I feel like Tony likes showcasing Shibata on AEW anyway.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And I mean, the crowd does love him, so it's not, it wouldn't be lost. But
I will see Shibata this weekend at Big Event New York. Fun facts.
I love that. I love that for you.
Thank you.
What did you think about this episode?
It was nothing. It was too many squash matches. We only had 2 of our champs actually, or 3 really come out to the live audience. Chris Jericho is nowhere to be found. We have no idea where Brian Cage is. Where are the Von Erichs? What are we doing?
I don't know what we're doing, man. I just know that we're slowly climbing the trajectory towards final battle.
Hopefully.
It'll be here before you know it.
I hope. I mean, I wouldn't know because there's no date.
There is no date. But you know what we do have a date for? Full Gear.
And I'll be there. I mean, they haven't sent an email yet, but I will be there.
I hope you have a great time.
Thank you.
I'm not at all jealous.
Listen, there's still some matches I got to announce. I got to announce my dude's TNT title match. Then I'll be a little bit more happy. Y'all not ready for this scrum.
If anybody has an extra, maybe like $700, $800, I'm sure I could crowdfund. Like that one girl that faked doing all the yarn.
Oh yes,
the yarn buddies.
Yeah,
I could just have like simps just sponsor me, right?
Maybe you could try.
Oh, we have a surprise for you.
A surprise for me.
Yeah.
Should I be scared? I have so many questions and I don't have enough answers. I have so many. Where did these children come from? Whose children are these?
Oh my God!
Why is there random pieces of corn on them?
Because they got corn cob abs.
I know that. I know that. It's so.
These are your new Honor Ramble hosts. I just love that they're perfectly over our faces.
Oh my God.
This is everything I wanted and more. I've never needed anything more than this. Kimmy.
Yeah.
Where can the people find you?
You could follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_Sokol. You could find me on Instagram at Kimmy.Sokol. You could read my Ring of Honor written reviews every single week on PW Insider. You could head to the Pop Break. I haven't written anything there, but my Full Gear predictions will be there. All my Full Gear media coverage will be over there. Ella has her interview with Kurt Angle coming out next week over there. She's probably going to kill me for promoting this because I'm probably not supposed to, but you know what? I'm a good friend, better than Pluggo. What else? You can see me this weekend at the big event. I will be representing the one and only Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So if you don't want to wait till Full Gear to see him, you can see him this weekend. Paul Heyman's also going to be there. He is the headline talent. William Shatner will be there. Shibata will be there. Sky Blue, Queen Aminata, Prince Nana, a bunch of people. So if you're in the New York area, please head to the big event in New York. I believe tickets end going on sale at midnight and it's 11:49 on the East Coast, so you still got 10 minutes to get them. So you could go do that. Then WrestleCade, which will actually sadly be the last wrestling convention I work for the year. Not okay about it. Very, very, it's very upsetting. You know how different it is working a wrestling convention compared to a Comic-Con? It's like a different world out there. But at WrestleCade, I will be working with Sting, our very good friend Sting, Lita, and Mick Foley. My friend just announced that Kyle Fletcher and Sky Blue are going to be there. Tony Storm and Juice Robinson are also going to be there. There's over 125 talent that are going to be announced for that show. WrestleCade does an amazing job with everything they do. They are the most organized show I work all year. I absolutely love coming down to North Carolina. So if you're in the area, head to WrestleCade.com and go get your tickets for that. And yeah, that's about it for me. Where can we find you, Auntie?
I need to fix the ticker. Find me on everywhere else except Twitter because I'm giving up Twitter, I think, forever.
I don't
here's
want
the thing.
to make Sky. I talked to Ella about this. I don't want to make was it a Buy Sky Blue Sky.
A blue
something.
sky.
Blue Sky. I don't want to make
Yeah.
a Blue Sky because I feel like every time we all are like, we jump to this new app, right? And then we all just end up back on Twitter. And I don't want to sit there and go through the time to make a new account for something.
So I'll be honest, the reason why I was late, the reason why the intro played twice is because I was posting the link on every social media, because there isn't anything like Hootsuite anymore where you could just like do it one time and it goes on to all the social medias. That's my biggest caveat, is that there's too many places for everybody. Just find my link tree on any of my bios. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram, trying to build up my Instagram because I actually feel like I'm happy on Instagram. I am on the TikTok, so you can find me over on TikTok. But Twitter will not happen for a while. Maybe it's just making me really sad and bummed out. It's not great. But
That's why you
I
go
really
to
appreciate
private Twitter. And you do that.
that's still not as curated as I'd like it to be.
Auntie, you have to follow my private Twitter because I'm live tweeting on there. I'm not telling anyone else to follow this, but I'm live tweeting on there every single thing that MJF calls me on Saturday.
Well, if that's not an incentive enough. But you know what? Where I will hang out on Twitter is OLE. That's where you are right now. Hi, hello. This is our local establishment. Like, share, subscribe. I told you, I threatened you. You need to make this the most liked video on OLE. If you don't, I guess you don't love us. Okay? I guess you don't love me anymore.
Unbelievable.
So let me just threaten you all of you that are watching this video. Currently, go like this video. Oh
So far
my
we have
God,
5
are you
likes.
liking it right now?
So far
There's
we have
only
5 likes.
5 likes. If you're watching this, go on YouTube right now just to like it and create another Google account and like it again. You know why? Because I'm disappointed in you.
So
Go like this
the video with the most amount of
subscribe.
likes is 1.5K. It looks like it was an MLW review with EJ Naduka, who was just on Ring of Honor today.
Right? So let that be your sign. Go like it, subscribe. Let us know how much you love us. Please go like it because we love you and we like you. This is our local establishment. Follow us everywhere. Even when life is kind of sucky. I really also just want to say I appreciate you all for checking in on me. I love you all so much. I'm not going to cry.
That's
but
for Sundays.
I've cried every single day. But life is really tough right now. So thank you for making this worth my while. And I love and appreciate you all so much. Okay. Okay. Happy wrestling. And
we're better than you. And you know it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay, bye.